Hey, come back here at once. If you want to get hurt, stay here. Oh, Mom. Where's the train?
It'll be here.
Here she comes! Here comes the train!
I don't see a soul.
Call. I'll raise 100.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Up at 300. I'm out.
Me too. I'll call.
All right with me.
Cards?
I'll play these.
2.
Dealer takes 1.
$500.
I'll see it.
$500. And this.
And 1,000 more. Leave it be, mister. You don't want to play, just pick up your money and get out.
Let's see the color of your money.
Now, the stranger don't know you, Luke. And I guess he's the type that don't trust nobody.
I'll guarantee for Luke.
With cash, mister? Or cigar butts?
Maybe I better put it like this. I'm guaranteeing my friend's bet.
I see. So his bet stands. Boy, you better remember it.
Hold it, I'm still in. You guaranteeing mine, too?
Uh-huh.
Then it looks like I'll have to up it another 500.
Well, I guess that's it, unless you got somebody to guarantee for you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't see that there's any point in playing anymore.
I wouldn't touch that if I was you.
You mean you don't think I won? Better lay down our cards. Make sure. Won't do. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you dropped out. I won't count the guarantee bet.
Come on, Joe.
The big one will pay you damages. I'll guarantee that.
Closed.
I've been riding all day and I'm starved. How about something to eat?
I told you we're closed.
Where can I go around here to get some grub?
What do I care, mister? You can get some in hell.
You know, I find that very funny.
Well, you can laugh outside. Who's guaranteeing for you, stranger? Maybe you don't think I won, he says. Well, let's look at the cards. And then all hell broke loose.
You never saw him before?
Never. Ain't often you meet a type like that. So, you know him, huh?
Yeah, I think I do. He's the one I've been looking for. I'll raise you 1,000 more.
You ornery jackass.
So you're down to playing solitaire, eh, cat?
Yeah, you don't have to worry if you win.
You don't expect me to go riding on in the dark tonight, I hope. You know something? I've begun believing in ghosts recently. Will you believe a grown man like me would think of things like that? To tell you the truth, I've been looking for you.
Oh? Why?
A week ago, the MK&T train was held up and robbed of 100,000 in gold.
Lucky hand.
And no one escaped. No one to go around telling who it was.
Sounds like professionals.
How many people do you know capable of pulling such a job, huh?
Plenty.
Listen, I told you that none of the passengers escaped. That's not true. One survived. And what's more, he happened to live long enough to tell me just how it was done and who did it.
Coffee all right?
Yeah.
Go and tell me now. Who was it?
Bill. I suspect our friend Bill San Antonio.
That's why you said you recently started believing in ghosts.
Look, 300 miles of railroad between El Paso and Canyon City. The gold was loaded at El Paso. The posse said they found horse tracks, indicating the bandits waylaid the train when it reached the halfway mark here. But I've been checking up on my own. Made some interesting discoveries. 2 days before the train pulled out, the bandits did visit the halfway point, but didn't stay long. They had themselves a nice little gallop around the rails so as to leave their tracks. Then they headed north till they reached the river. Then they kept along the bank going west until they came to the road to El Paso. They watched the express company load all that gold. Afterwards, they bought tickets climbing aboard like ordinary passengers. The plan was for the holdup to begin here, about 20 miles from the Mexican border, from the little town of Puntal. They killed everybody and unloaded the gold. Now, who else do you know that has enough brains to pull a job like this, including butchering all those passengers? It has to be Bill San Antonio. His damn name's right on it from the beginning.
Since when have dead men started going around robbing trains?
I can't say I know how the hell things went with you two a year ago. But one thing's sure, Bill's alive. Well, aren't you going to say anything?
Why are you so interested?
The Herald Bank took out a policy for the whole amount against its safe arrival. I work for the insurance company.
You haven't changed a bit. Still a jackass.
Why don't you tell what really happened that night?
I'll tell you, in hell.
Why don't you tell what really happened that night?
100. 200.
500.
All right.
I want to see if you win if I shuffle the cards.
What do you think that'll prove?
Oh, nothing. It's just that I've never seen such a lucky bastard.
It isn't luck.
What is it then?
Well, I play cards, but you depend on luck. Like a beginner.
Are you so sure? I ask you a question.
For a gambler, you certainly are curious. I really don't think you should ask me that.
So curious. I'd like to know if you play with 5 cards just like I do. Shut up! I don't want anybody laughing behind my friend's back because we've been friends ever since we were yay high, right, old pretty face? No one laughs! Only me. Oh. Now, everybody just take it easy. No, boy, no. That you shouldn't have done. One time, you'd never even thought of that. 'Cause I was the one who put this tool in your hand, and I showed you how to use it. No, I swear that once upon a time, you wouldn't have done that.
It's easy enough to talk when you got a gun in your hands.
You know, they tell me that the last few years you got pretty quick on the draw. If you're as quick with a gun as you are with the cards, well, then I've got to think twice as hard. Because a man in my position has all sorts of responsibilities. For instance, he's got to think about his men. Look at them. What would they do, poor things, without me? Of course, they get my share of the savings because I'm very generous with my men. But that's not the only thing I got to think about. There's Paquita. What would she do, poor thing, if I was to go get myself killed? What would she do? Then there's a funeral to think about. There's bound to be at least one funeral. As far as I'm concerned, I want a nice funeral. The band playing, the whole town crying. Sermon, the works. Now, a funeral like that costs money. You can't expect me to pay for it. Or my man or Paquito or the townspeople who sure are fond of me, but they have trouble making that kind of money. Not like you, for example. So I think it would be real nice if you just put that money down on the table that you won for me, which was formerly mine, for that matter. Because if you should happen to kill me, well, you wouldn't deny me the little I'm asking, would you now? Good for you. Good for you. So you really think you're going to pull through, huh, old pretty face? Even though my sidekicks here ain't exactly soft-hearted. I bet you thought he wasn't even a friend of mine. Why, I bet you thought that on his own he never even thought of my funeral. But you see, you're wrong. Because he's a good friend. Too bad to have to kill him. I treat my friends real good. So if he's the one you see going out that door, why, you just let him go. Because you all got to get out of here. Because no one's going to see the duel between two friends. No one's going to see which one was lucky afterwards. Now, Bud here will see to it that these rules are carried out. When you leave here, you set fire to the shack. Fire purifies. So no one will see the body of Bill San Antonio dead, or the man who dared to challenge him, in which case you'll use the money for his funeral, not mine. Now, come, hurry up, children. Everybody outside. Give him a gun, Bud. Now, hurry up, Bud. You go outside, too. And as soon as you get out there, set fire to the shack. Well, old pretty face, just you and me. You know, I always liked a good joke. And who knows if this ain't the biggest joke of them all.
Come on, quick.
You won't get away with it, pretty face. Even if you are a lot faster than me. My man. Make you pay. And there's an awful lot of them. Whenever you're ready, pretty face. You won't get away with it in the long run. Even if you're a lot faster than me, my men will make you pay. And there's an awful lot of them, pretty face. And there's an awful lot of them.
That's fine.
Find me a drink, stranger.
You son of a...
Hey.
And there's an awful lot. I always liked a good joke. And who knows if this ain't the biggest joke of them all.
Showing up here. You'll know him. He'll be tired. 20 miles on foot and he ain't partial to walking. When he gets here, give him this horse.
Where you going, Rose? Hey, come back.
Back in just a minute. Buy me a drink.
Be quiet, Rose. Keep quiet and you won't get hurt.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever see you. Look, you'd better get out of here, because if the boys hear you're back, your life won't be worth a cent. Oh, make it another night, huh? They're waiting. I'm busy.
This won't take long. You see, all I want is a piece of information.
Sorry, I figured you had a different reason for coming by. I only came in here to powder my nose. Let's make it fast. Tell me what's on your mind.
Rose, I want you to tell me everything you know about what happened that night.
What night?
Stop playing around.
That seems so long ago.
10 months.
I'm trying to forget it. I don't blame you, you know. In fact, I'm glad you got away. But on account of you and Bill shooting it out, I lost my man. And they tell me that you're the one who pulled the trigger on him.
Who was he?
You know, Tom.
Hell, I did you a favor.
Yeah, there's plenty who would have thought that. But he knew how to treat a girl. Gonna be hard to find another like Tom.
Anyway, I wasn't after him.
I know that. But then after the funeral, after they saw what you'd done, they had to get you, of course. You dealt yourself a nice hand.
What do you mean?
You don't have to go on pretending. While we were burying what was left of Bill, you came back and grabbed the train money.
Listen, Rose. Don't play games with me. The rest of the boys could swallow a story like that. But you're too smart to believe in fairy tales.
But who else did it? Who is it?
It's been half an hour. When you coming down?
Frank, I want you to let me alone.
Why's the door locked?
Look, go downstairs. I'll be there soon.
Open it! Open the door, I'll bust it down.
If you don't kill him, I'll do it myself.
What'd you say?
I said go to hell. I wonder if I'll ever get a husband. They all die before I get a chance.
Just keep trying, Rose. You gotta tell me everything you know about Bill. But hurry. I might have to leave like Frank did.
No, you won't. Because you're gonna spend the night. Well, Bill San Antonio's orders got carried out. That big funeral he wanted, he got. That whole stinking little town turned out for it. The boys saw to that. They were going to make sure that Bill had a first-class send-off. Here lies Bill San Antonio, the greatest shot in the world. God killed him by treachery, otherwise no man could have. Bill was real sensitive about his own reputation, and that was the undertaker's way of making you both immortal. Right after the burial, the boys went off to the Concha to divide the gold that had been saved from 100 holdups. They weren't mourning Bill now because they could divide his share, too. My Tom had told me he'd be getting enough out of it to quit the gang and start a new life somewhere with me. But when they reached the cave, they were in for a big surprise. The gold was gone.
Only one person could have done this, and I know who it is. We never should have let him get away, no matter what Bill said. He never left anyway, if you ask me. The bastard stayed around and learned about the gold. Then while we were burying Bill, all he had to do was break into the cave, get it, and pull out.
They asked around, but since the whole town was at the funeral, no one there could have done it. So they stopped asking. They didn't think of you till Bud brought it up. A month or so later, Tom came back and said Bud had disappeared the first night, and they figured you killed him.
So Bud was the one who said it was me.
Tom and the rest kept on looking for you. That's all I know.
Bud was the one who gave me the gun that night. Thanks a lot, Rose. Listen, Grandpa.
Yeah?
Was it you who made Bill San Antonio's coffin?
Huh. Who else in this town could have done it?
Then it was you that put him in it.
Yeah, I was the one. Dirty job. There wasn't much of them left, if you want to know the truth.
What is it you mean?
I mean, it weren't no pretty sight. Fire made him look like he'd already been to his natural destination. And nobody ever figured Bill was going to wind up singing with a harp.
So if they asked you to swear, it was really the body of Bill San Antonio you nailed up in that coffin, you wouldn't be able to.
But weren't you the one that shot him dead?
I asked you a question.
I heard it. You got my answer. How in blazes can you recognize a few bones in a pile of ashes? Look, I get paid for doing funerals, but I don't care what's in the coffin, as long as it's dead.
Thanks for the drink, Grandpa. Good seeing you again.
Son, I'll tell you this. If you were to tell me that you couldn't be sure you hit him that night, I'd be ready to swear that Bill San Antonio was never in that grave.
If that's true, Grandpa, he's gonna be mighty sorry he isn't dead.
You shouldn't have looked up. Curiosity's a bad habit. Yeah. Sorry, friend. Too bad.
Whiskey. Listen, all of you. Sorry to bother you. We only came to tell you a little interesting news. You don't care, huh? That's more like it. Now you care. Now, somebody this whole town has been expecting for a while is finally gonna be here tonight. A new lawman somebody around here sent for because somebody hoped he'd restore order. Scum, you get up, you hear? I'm talking to you. Tell the sheriff to come in. Our friends have just learned to show respect.
All right, bring him in.
Let's go, Sheriff. They're all waiting for you.
Here he is. Have a seat, Sheriff. Now, you're all gonna be introduced to him. After all, if the new lawman's gonna look out for your interests, he's gotta be introduced to you one by one. You, come here. The sheriff would like to know your name. Out with it.
Jose.
Speak, go on.
Jose.
Jose, what else?
Hernandez.
Jose Hernandez, does it ring a bell? Oh, my goodness, the lawman said you're the one who made the complaint. Don't worry, I'm not gonna believe the lawman. Jose Hernandez couldn't be such a fool. You're right, Sheriff. They're the ones who ought to be punished. But I wouldn't be too hard on them. After all, they're not too smart. Besides, they're not going to do it again. You don't really need a sheriff. You're all doing fine, aren't you? What the hell, Sheriff? They just didn't think. They'll call it off. They're sorry to trouble you.
Stop it, you filthy gringos. You can't do this.
Before we got here, nobody took much time teaching them to respect law and order. Jose, why don't you offer our visitors something to drink? You know how lawmen are. They're usually very sensitive at the sight of blood. Come on. Offer the sheriff something. I'm sure he's thirsty.
Senor Hernandez. Senor Hernandez.
What's the matter?
He's waiting.
Well, come on. That new lawman, the one you sent us to find. We fixed him.
Where'd you find him?
Over by the canyon, about an hour ago. Lucky, too. Looked like he was heading to town.
Anyone see you?
No, no one.
Then Bud got an idea that sure put a scare in them.
What idea?
Nothing. Joke.
Let's hear the story.
Look, I didn't know. I only did it as a joke.
You know I don't like it when anybody else plays the jokes. You had specific orders to get rid of the newcomer, and that's all, without going into the village. I want to know when anybody else shows up. And no one is to leave the way someone did a few days ago. You know, he's a nice boy, our Bud, but evidently he doesn't have a good memory. Perhaps, this will freshen it up for him. You know, Bud, there's a lot of things you can learn from me, but there's one thing it's pointless for you to try to copy. It's this. You're an imbecile, Bud. This you've got to realize.
Imbecile! 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 Imbecile!
Hey, you. You own this place?
Why do you want to know, senor?
I'd like a room.
Oh, all right.
I haven't seen a bed in 2 days. Figure I'll catch a good night's sleep before I fall down.
The room on the right.
And don't bother me. I don't want to be disturbed.
Don't worry, you came to the right place.
¿Qué pasa? Damn cat. What was he? Oh, just a cat. Come on, deal. Come on. Luke! Well, who's this? Know him, Jesus? Do you, Miguel? I never saw him before. You know, I'm real curious to know how you got in here. As far as I know, that's the only door.
Get me down.
Will you listen to that, Miguel? He wants to get down. All right, now out with it. What's your name and what are you here for?
Let me down. I won't talk to anybody but San Antonio.
You must be crazy, amigo. Who did you want to see?
San Antonio.
Nobody here named Bill San Antonio, right? Right.
Let me down. I want to speak to Bill, whatever he calls himself now.
Sorry, fella. You deal with us or with nobody. We ain't gonna dig up a corpse for you to talk to. Grab him, hold his arms.
Look who's here.
Cut me down. Thanks very much, friend.
The gold from the train robbery. See, I was right.
Come on, jackass. They'll be coming back any time now.
I don't know if the boss is gonna like our riding out again, Bud.
Don't matter, I'm thirsty.
The two of us will never make it by ourselves. We better give it up. Weighs a ton.
You're right. The two of us will never make it.
You boys heard the latest?
Is everything all right?
Why don't you ask the patron who came here today?
This little bastard says you got company. What about it?
But I would have told if you said something.
You would have, huh? I'm asking you now, then. Go ahead.
He's traveling through. He's spending the night.
What room is he in?
The room on the right.
Go on, hurry up.
My God, it's heavy.
Now, get under it.
What are you waiting for? Got it down.
Keep your eyes on my boots.
I'll never get it down there.
You better, if you don't want to be found dead under it.
Hey! Wait! Where are you going?
I'm sorry. He must be some sleeper, senor.
What'd you say?
He won't answer the door.
Amigo, come on, wake up. We need another hand for a game of poker. Come on, quick. Stay here, we'll be back. Get your horses.
Get this thing off.
No, keep going. You can make it.
Get it off! Get it off!
Damn well better try. I'll let you go right down the stairs with that thing. He'll laugh. He'll die laughing when he sees you crushed like a rattlesnake under his gold.
Help me! Help! Help! Will you?
Go on and fall. I always thought you had a lot of muscle and no guts. Well, I was right. You're a dumb jackass. And nothing you can do can change that. Hurry. Jump on. Ha!
Why are we stopping here? Come on, that mule will never make it from there to here.
But the chest will.
But the chest will. Oh, no, not again.
Yep.
Hey, where is everybody? Miguel! Look! The gold's gone.
The mule and buckboard, too.
Let's get after him.
Yeah. Come on, you mangy old critter, before I drown you. Come on. Come on. Let's go. That way, and we're gonna end up like two dead fish.
You're not gonna leave me here.
Oh, you can't swim, can you? Good time to learn. It isn't very warm, but what the hell? Oh, come on, I'll carry you. You know what this reminds me of? Think back when I said I couldn't carry that chest, and I gave up. I remember, all right. You called me a jackass. Now let's see you get out of this without me. Come on, hang on to me. Well, I'm going. Hey, wait!
Hold it. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
Real good idea, burying the chest. Bill won't think to look there. So it's safe till we get back.
Are we going someplace?
Sure, we gotta go fill a report out.
We do?
This is strictly business. Once the insurance company hands you your percentage, it'll be more dough than you can ever hope to make by being dishonest.
That's a different matter. Besides, who told you I'd be returning the money? A percentage. You are the one who works for the insurance company, not me.
I guess I'll have to start earning my money. I've never shot it out with you. But maybe it's in the cards. Why don't we settle it now?
Gunfire can be heard a long way off. And this isn't the right place or right moment to start in making noise. So forget it.
I know another way of convincing you.
There's one thing I don't understand.
What? What?
Just why you want me to play kick the jackass again.
Get down. Calm down.
Okay.
Here's to you. Whoever would have thought we'd all be together again after all these years?
Who'd have thought it?
You go along, trust your old friends. Go along calmly, minding your own business. They come along, kill 3 men, steal, and show every intention of waltzing off without even saying goodbye. By the way, who was it told you that I was hanging around these parts?
You were careless. He left a man on that train. I found him. He was half alive, and he was able to give me the good news that you were still around and that I could get you.
Well, it just goes to show you got to do everything by yourself. You can't trust no one. Ain't that right, Bud? I'll have to remember that in the future.
There won't be any future for you, dead man.
You know, that's what I call ingratitude. I guess they just don't know when they're well off. You go and save them from people who would have slaughtered them like cattle, and what happens? They refuse to tell you where they've hidden the gold, because you have hidden it. Only an imbecile like Bud here would believe that it fell into the river. Just have to look at your faces to know that. And who knows which one will put us on the right path. The weakest one, you think? Well, you're wrong again. Because if you hold two men or two animals, for that matter, in balance, it never happens that they both die at the same instant. You know, I've known you a long time. You might even say forever. I know exactly the things that you can't stand. Now, Bud and Tago and myself have prepared a little special entertainment for you. Well, just raise up your arm when you're ready to talk, pretty face. Pull him up, Red. Well, your memory freshened up? Drop him! Tago. While I'm away, no one is to come through this door. Is that clear? Not Bud or Petrito. No one is to come in here for any reason till I come back. Shoot anyone who disobeys. You understand? It might take them a little while to decide to talk, but, well, we're in no hurry, so just take your time. Now, bolt this door from the inside. I don't want to see your faces. We'll get the gold back. Bud and Tago know what they have to do. No one's to disturb them, and no one's to let them out of his sight either. You two, watch Bud down at the well from up here. Go on. If he leaves for 1 minute, shoot him in the legs. Dead men have a nasty habit of not being able to talk. Pedrito and his men will watch the cellar from the outside. I don't want Tago to get out either.
Why not let us take care of those two gringos?
Obey orders.
Come on.
Let's go, baby. It's bath time again.
I know where the gold is. I'll take you there. You won't have to divide it with anyone. Why don't you think it over?
Hey.
This is no time to rest. Come on, get up.
I found where it's buried. No good to kill me. Being in a hurry, you sometimes make a bad mistake.
I didn't say I was gonna kill you.
That's okay, bud. Just look where your hand is. That's better. Untie me.
Come on now, point it out.
Under here. I found it.
Listen to me. You start digging, and you better come up with the gold.
No, it's your gold. You do the digging.
You think that's gonna stop me?
Did anyone ever tell you that even with a gun in your hand, you're just a dumb bastard, bud?
Tell me where he is. Where is he? Hold it. When? I swear they were in it together. Why isn't Bud here if they weren't?
No, it's not true.
When?
They must have gone about an hour ago. It was Flatface's turn to the window. I grabbed some rest. How did I know he wasn't going to stay at his post? Bud called him out here and then cut his throat. I couldn't help it.
So, you were asleep.
Sure, but only for 2 or 3 minutes. We took turns standing guard.
Is that so? Why didn't you follow him?
The horses.
What?
All they left were the saddles. That's why I say those two were in on it. It's impossible that they never heard anything. They went right by when they left.
What? 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 They were even smart enough to wrap the horses' hooves before letting them go. A good job at one that takes time. So you only slept a few minutes, huh?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Let's get out of here.
What about us? What are we supposed to do?
Try not to fall asleep. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
A drink. It might be that you're just the man I'm looking for.
Me? I didn't do anything.
Do you think you can remember 6 words in the right order?
Yes, sir, I can do it.
Good for you. Then take a horse, be on your way, and tell the boss of that gang it's time we go on with that poker game we started a year ago.
Yes, sir. Is that it?
You do know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got a good idea who you are.
Good for you. And seeing as how you've got such a good memory.
What? What?
You might do me another little favor.
Yeah.
Tell him that I expect him alone.
Yes, sir.
Open the door, Tago! Open up! Tago, I want to have a word with the gringo! Open up! The other one is gone. He went off with Bud. I want to take care of this one. Leave him to me. I said open the door! Are you crazy, Tago? Let us in or I'll kill you. I mean it!
Gotta let me go. There's a message for Bud, and I'm supposed to...
Oh, yeah?
Come on, you better tell it to us. Hey, you. Where'd you get a hold of that horse?
Listen, will you? Let me go. I gotta talk to Mr. Bud right now. He'll pay me a lot when he hears about this message that I brought. It's from an important man, a stranger. Bud will be very happy when he hears about it, I know.
Where'd you get that horse?
From the stranger. He wanted me to use it.
Where is he?
He was in town when I left. He expects to... Bud is to...
Dago, I'm ready to talk.
Stop it! Tago! Wait! Don't kill him, Tago! We want the gringo alive! You understand?
Too many people.
Not anymore.
Well, pard, you'll have to do the shooting by yourself if that amuses you. You know, I don't like to play without stakes, and in every self-respecting poker game, they're generally laid out on the table.
All right. Let's see yours.
What's the hurry? There's no rush. I'd like to make you a proposal first. You know, a year ago, I was forced to put on that little circus act. There were too many eyes on me. Everybody wanted to get their hands on the reward that was hanging over my head and kept on getting bigger. You couldn't trust anyone anymore, not even my own men. You see, pretty face? I had no other choice, I assure you. Now, you are the one that took the brunt. And I'm sorry. I've come back to pay damages.
That wasn't what you said to me yesterday.
That was yesterday. But what matters in business is who's the strongest. Yesterday I was, and I assure you I still would be if I hadn't had to leave. But I had an appointment with somebody too important to be kept waiting. And I wasn't wrong, because I managed to swing a much more important deal than the bone we're squabbling over now. My proposition? Very simple. How about it, boy? Let's pull off this deal together. Just you and me like old times.
There's something you're forgetting.
Well, let me explain to you what the deal is.
How about our friend?
Well, I don't think we have to worry about him. He's in good hands.
Tago, I'm coming in. Better not try it.
Hey!
There's only one thing you haven't got cleared, dead man. I'm dealing the cards this time. Old friends only have one meaning for you. You've killed most of yours. I wouldn't go into partnership with somebody like you.
Now, hold on a minute. Did you ever ask yourself just where what those morons call my good luck comes from? How come all these years I've been able to pull off nothing but big jobs without ever once getting caught? I'll tell you. The El Paso bank president insures his shipments when they're important and tells me not only the day and the time that they're being sent, but also what safety measures have been taken by the insurance company. I take care of the rest. Then we split the profits 50-50. Half for me, no risk for me, and no risk for him. A real good businessman. As a matter of fact, it was him who advised me to disappear a year ago. Listen, pretty face. You're the first person in the world I ever told this to. And do you know why?
Why?
Because I know I can trust you.
You're wrong, dead man. I think you should know we got two different points of view. There's only one way I can go along with yours. Play with the stakes on the table. You know what I think, dead man? I think I'll offer you what you so kindly offered me a year ago.
It's mighty difficult to set fire to a pile of rocks, ain't it, old pretty face?
Not fire. Dynamite. Just the right amount to send you flying nice and high. You're gonna have to face me alone, dead man.
Drop your guns, both of you.
You mean you don't want to join the fun?
Where I come from, we don't play at the same table with hyenas.
That's a mistake you're making. Dead hyenas don't talk and they don't need money.
Better tell me where the money is.
The chest, jackass? It's right where we left it. But that doesn't mean it still contains anything. Have a look, if you don't believe me.
So, you all were cheating.
Now, you're not gonna let a little joke like that worry you. You always liked them.
Shut up, you two. Back away.
That's the last card you draw, dead man. Now hurry up. One paw less doesn't mean very much to a man like you. What are you waiting for now, dead man? Crawl for it. Why the hell were you born so heavy, big jackass?
funny dream just now. I dreamed that a whole mountain crashed right down on top of me and buried all that cash. Where are you going?
North. You still got a bullet in your head. Somebody's got to pull it out. It could kill you. Jackass.
Well, what about this?
We'll discuss it when you're strong enough to hold a gun. Yeah!